What's up guys, Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Ice in Your Veins, which is beat the par score on Winter Contingency. So start up this mission, I'm doing this on normal. You could do this on higher difficulties if you'd like. It would obviously give you more points, but it'll obviously be harder as well. So I'm going to do all of these on normal and have some skulls thrown on to increase our score. And right now I have Catch, Famine, Fog, Thunderstorm, and Tough Luck on. So Catch makes enemies throw more grenades, but also drop more grenades, so we could use those. Famine makes guns that you pick up have less ammo in them. Fog gives you no radar. Thunderstorm promotes enemies, so that'll actually be good to give us more points as well. And Tough Luck means enemies will dodge more. But being on normal with those 5 skulls on gives us a score multiplier of 1.92. And another thing we want to shoot for is finishing under par time, because then you'll get the max time bonus. And the par time for this mission is 15 minutes, so we want to finish under that, or as close to it as possible. So we skipped the very beginning of the mission because we're just flying around in a Falcon and just running straight ahead here. But just go here as fast as possible, just keep running straight throughout the mission. Go through this door and you'll come to this stairway. There's 2 frags at the top. Grab those frags, and we're going to go down here, jump over the fence, and I usually go right at this point, but we're going to go left. We're going to go in this direction, and we're going to cut in about here to the right, and there's going to be a big group of grunts over here. So throw a couple frags, one on one side, one on the other, and you should be able to get a good amount of kills right there. So we're just looking for that big multi-kill right there, and then we're just going to keep going because we want to make sure our time is a good time, remember. And when you're moving through that group of enemies you just killed, you want to grab a plasma pistol. So at this point you have a pistol and a plasma pistol, and you'll probably grab some plasma grenades as well, but that's not as big of a priority. But if you have some, you could throw some down as these enemies drop off the ship there. So you can see we got a nice double kill. And you really want to just sprint ahead at this point, and when your sprint is recharging, you could take that time to kind of look around and maybe pick off a few more enemies. But our priority right now is to just sprint forward. So we want to get that big multi-kill we got back there with the 2 nades, and then we want to just sprint forward to the end here, the end of this section. And then we'll come across some elites, and we're going to take these guys out because they have a decent amount of points to give here. So we're going to plasma pistol them, overcharge plasma pistol to collapse their shields, and then we'll just finish them off with a headshot from the pistol. So we'll kill these 3 guys real quick, as fast as possible, because remember, par time actually is a factor for your par score. Hopefully your par score. It'll be a score, but will it be par score? Well, that's what we're shooting for here. So kill those 3 guys, and then we're going to head into this vehicle up ahead here. There's the spade. There's a health pack right there on the ground towards the right of the spade if you need it. I do not, so I'm not going to waste time walking over there. We're going to hop in. You don't have to wait for George or Carter to hop in. They would hop into your passenger seat in the backside if you waited for them, but we're not going to do that, because they're just going to warp to our location anyway, so who cares. But we're just going to drive down this road here, follow this path. It's very easy to drive throughout this whole mission. At this point, we've reached a section of the map where it's basically a big donut. So it's a big circle around this map at this point. So we're going to take a left, which we already did, and just keep following. We passed those buildings, and we're passing these buildings now. These are 2 encounters we could totally skip. And we're just going to trade in all the points we would get from these enemies for time, because time is a factor. So you got to kind of pick and choose when you want to get some points and when you want to save time. So we're saving time right now, and we're just going to drive up ahead to this encounter up ahead here. And there's going to be a drop ship dropping enemies off. You can see there's some friendlies to the right, and they're being bombarded by that plasma turret. So we're just going to go over here, splatter that MOA. That does not give you any points, unfortunately, though. I kind of like to hang out over here and wait for the drop ship to leave, and then I go in. And I'm going to splatter as many people as I can real quick. Maybe a side swipe. There we go. That was nice. But we're going to take out these guys as quickly as possible. And then we're going to exchange our pistol for the DMR as soon as we can. As soon as this first wave of enemies that are here initially are wiped out, we'll grab this Marine's DMR, and then we'll move back here and grab some more ammo for that. And then we'll have full nades at this point, hopefully. So grab some plasma grenades off the ground. There's a ton from the Catch skull. Grab a fresh plasma pistol. So we have a DMR and plasma pistol, and we have full nades at this point as well. So we're going to hang here, and basically when the 2 dropships come in that drop off additional enemies, we're just going to throw nades at the locations where they're being dropped. So they're being dropped off to the right over here and the left, but we're going to throw a nade over here. So that killed most of the people. There's an elite, though, so we'll have to take him out real quick with a noob combo, which is the plasma pistol DMR combo, or any headshot weapon for the second weapon to finish him off with a headshot. And then we'll take out this second group that was dropped off by that same dropship. And you want to take these guys out as quickly as possible, because multi-kills contribute to your score increasing. So wait for these guys to drop, so we can kill all 4 of those guys with 1 nade. And then same for over here. We took out all of the enemies that were grunts, and then 1 elite needed a little more attention over there, so we noob comboed him and took him out quickly. So we got a bunch of points really quick, and we'll be able to grab the health pack back here if you need it. And that's all we should need. We should grab a fresh plasma pistol again if we can. and grab any plasma grenades. So we have full nades. The Falcon will come pick you up at that point, and I skipped ahead because it takes about a minute to get over here. But then we're going to land, and there's going to be a bunch of enemies in front here, so we're just going to nade those guys. Throw a couple nades into that group of enemies. They should be not fixated on your position, but the position of your friendlies that are straight ahead here. So they won't be looking at you. You could throw some nades at them and kill them off pretty quickly. Then we're going to look around the map, grab some plasma grenades as we go, and we'll have those to use on some more Covenant later. So head into here. There's more DMR ammo on the wall here. Also a health pack on the ground if you need it. And there should be some frags over there too. So we're just going to go into the building over here and wait for the enemies to get dropped off. And we could basically do what we did earlier, which is drop nades right where they land. So we could see them landing here. We'll throw a nade for the elites who need some more attention. They may not die from the nades, so you could just plasma pistol them and then finish them off with the DMR. And we're running over here to this section now, which is the other side of the dropship. They all went over to the other side there. And we'll run back to the relative safety of the building over here, and we'll be able to hang out and wait for the next dropship. So you want to take a look at the dropships as they come in. Sometimes they are oriented in a different way, so they drop off enemies how they did that time, or sometimes they're kind of rotated a little bit, so they drop off enemies like they did the first time, where they were kind of more in the doorway that we were hanging out in. So just kind of take a look real quick and see where the enemies are going to land, and you could throw your nades accordingly. Sometimes they like to dodge out of the way because we did put the Tough Luck skull on, so that makes them more likely to dodge. So if they see the nade coming, they're more likely to dodge. But if you kind of come up behind them and throw a nade, they're less likely to dodge in that scenario. So again, we're just waiting for the enemies to get dropped off by that additional dropship. And now it says fall back into outpost. At this point, you could fall back if you want, if you're satisfied with the amount of points you have. But we're just going to keep going here. There are additional enemies in the last section, but we have a good amount of time, so we could really rack up some more points here while we're in the area. And you can see when I'm throwing nades, I'm mostly throwing plasma grenades. That is because I want to switch to those and use those if I can, because they are basically everywhere on the map. Because the catch skull is on, like we mentioned, it makes enemies drop more nades, which is awesome for us. We could use them against them, and it also increases our score. So basically the only downside is they throw more nades at you, which isn't that bad because you could take advantage of that in different ways. But we'll just kind of clean up all these guys real quick. If you're not as good at fighting and you want to kind of just go into the bunker after a little bit, feel free to do so. There are still some more enemies to be killed after this segment, like I mentioned. And you can see that I already went over the par score here. So we're just going to head into the bunker here. There's a scripted sequence where the door closes and then the interior door opens up. We move to the nav point and trigger a cutscene. And then we get to this point where we're going to fight some jackals, grunts, and a elite at the end of the hallway here. So we're going to take these guys out as quickly as possible. I just shot those tanks of whatever they are on the side, so those blow up. Hopefully you get some kills from that. There's some DMR on the wall in front of you right when you spawn in. And you spawn with 2 frag grenades, so you could use those as well. And then we'll move across all these dead bodies, probably grab a couple plasma grenades on the way. And then we'll turn the corner, and there's going to be some jackals and grunts here. So throw a couple nades, and again, we could probably grab some more as we go. As the dead bodies pile up, we'll keep collecting those plasma grenades, and it makes it easier to take these guys out. So if you just press forward without taking out that elite, he'll just retreat to the final room. So we could take him out if you are quick enough. You could actually take him out as he's running away, but don't feel like you need to. If he's faster than you, then whatever, we'll just take him out in this final room here. So this room has 4 grunts and 1 sword elite. If you have not killed that first elite, he'll retreat back here too, so you'll have 2 elites to deal with. And then we'll just do that if we have to. If you're playing co-op, there's going to be an additional elite back here. So just keep that in mind. Here is the sword guy. He's trying to hide. We saw him, though. And we took out that other elite already. So we are going to activate that switch to end the mission there. It triggers the cutscene. And we come to the post-game carnage report. You can see we got 24,075, which is well over the required 15,000 for the par score. So the achievement will unlock. I already got the achievement previously, so it didn't pop here. And you can see we got the maximum time bonus because we came in under par time, which was 15 minutes. And we came in at 11:46. So you could actually see your score start to decrease in the game if you go over par time. So that's a useful feature they added. So you don't have to guess, what your score would be if you ended the game right now. It'll tell you right there. But that's it for this one, guys. A pretty optimized route for getting the par time and also getting a good amount of points, which gets us well over the par score. I'll see you in the next one when we tackle Oni Sword Base's par score. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, be sure to click on the scorpion icon to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. You can also check out some related guides by clicking on the videos on screen, and you can find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Halo guides, and I'll see you in the next one.